This is a little tutorial on octaves and tremolos. And first of all, before we do anything, I think it would be a good idea for you to get into a routine, whether or not you need help on your octaves or not. I think it's a very good idea for all pianists to be able to play octaves well. So what I suggest is going over all the scales. I'm going to play all the major scales with octaves, all with 1/5. Don't bother doing 1/4 or 1/3, all with 1/5. And I'm going to do each with just a little jumping motion. D flat major. D. E flat. E. F. F sharp. G. A flat. A. E flat. B. And C. Notice you're not playing them fast. They aren't fast, but they are very precise with the articulation. It's a bounce, 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 bounce. Don't do a lot of wrist motion. You don't want to don't do a wrist motion like this. Don't do it with floppy wrists. You want your wrists to be supple, but at the same time firm. I would suggest doing this exercise every day or every time you can practice. Very good idea to do this to get in the habit of playing octaves. There's a lot of octaves in Beethoven's music, and this will help you with that. Now to get to some tremolos. Tremolos, especially in the Pathetique Sonata here, such as, are nothing more than 16th notes, or in this case 8th notes, played quickly. Now, let's just take it from ground zero here. Let's take 63, and I'm going to play 4 notes for B. 16th note. We have a new cat in the house. I think she knocked over, or he knocked over a chair over there. So anyway, now the secret to playing fast tremolos is to play them even, absolutely even. You need to be able to do it with a metronome. It's absolutely essential. Absolutely essential you do it with a metronome. So use the metronome every time you practice them. Now let's move up to 72. 63 was what I just did. Here's 72. Now, a good idea would be to, it might drive you a little crazy, but I suggest just repeat that for about a whole minute, just 72 or 63 on a metronome. Those are good speeds, 63, 72. Don't do anything in between there. Also, you may go... You can also do the whole scale. Also a good idea. You can also add that to your routine. Let's go up to 84. 84. Couple of the different ways you can practice this. Now notice that also this speed 84 is the slowest one that I played for you on the for the Pathetique Sonata. So this was very even, very precise, very clear. Everything can be heard exactly. Now, once you can do it at 84, let's do this. Now, put it on 42. Half of 84 is 42. Let's put it on 42. Now, part of the problem with the reason why pianists have a hard time playing tremolos and scales and so forth is that they have a hard time subdividing the beats within a larger beat. So what I like to do, what I went over with the Pathetique Sonata, was to take long beats. So instead of doing 84, do 42. And we're going to put 8 of them in there. These are 30-second notes now. It's really not that fast. It's really not that fast. It's just really, really even. Now, let's turn to the Pathetique Sonata in bar 207. 207. Now you might think, well, that's just not fast enough. I want to learn fast tremolos. Well, we are. Learning fast tremolos is all a matter of just gradually speeding it up. Now, that's 42. Let's try 48. 48, that's equivalent to 96 if we did quarter notes. This is 48. And within that beat, these are going to be 30-second notes. 207. Okay, that's 48 or 96. Now, this also happens to be a good middle speed, or a good sort of middle speed for the Moonlight Sonata. 48. So that's a nice middle kind of speed. I'd say moderately fast speed to practice both for the BachScholar, both for the Pathetique and the Moonlight Sonatas. And I have another tutorial I'll have for you, especially on the Moonlight Sonata. No, get down. Okay, so tremolos. Okay, now that's 48. So now we're going to go up to 54, which is 108. So these are the steps, and I've given you these particular tempos in my text files that I sent to you here. Now we're going to do 54, which is the equivalent of 108. Now it starts to really pick up, so you have to be very precise. Also notice that don't bend your finger. Keep your finger pretty straight. Don't bend your fingers like this. Don't tighten them up. Keep them pretty straight and loose. Don't move your elbow. Just rotate your wrist just a little bit, as if you were nervous. You drank a lot of coffee, you're nervous, and you're going like this. So you're going back and forth like this. Also notice the thumb is always over the key. The thumb is never out here. The thumb is always over the key. Okay? Now, 108 or 54, very quick speed. We're starting to get really fast now. Really, there's just about one more step and you'll be up to tempo. Actually, for both pieces. You'd be up to tempo. The up to tempo is about 63 for both the Pathetique and the Moonlight. So now, this is the fastest actually. What, 63 or 126? That's actually really fast. That's very fast. So I would suggest just staying around 48 to 54, 48 and 54, which is 96 and 108. See, it's better to do up by steps than it is to do 40 and then 42 and then 44 and then 46 and 48 and 50. It's just it's not noticeably different. So really the steps are 72, 84, 96, 108, 126, 144. Those are the steps based on my research on tempo that are really the theoretically best tempos to play. So I would suggest, once again, to recap this video, I would suggest practicing octaves, octave scales every time you practice. Just run through them for about 5 minutes. And then you can do tremolos. You can also do them hands together if you would like. But if you want to focus on the left hand, you can focus on the left hand. But really the secret to playing the tremolos in the Pathetique is not so much the speed as it is the accuracy in getting the hands together perfectly. So that's better than, I don't know, that's better than sloppiness, okay? Stay away from sloppiness. When it starts to get sloppy, slow it down. Focus on accuracy, absolute accuracy and precision, and it will boost up the illusion that the tremolos are faster. They won't really, it's really an illusion. It's really an illusion, and we'll get to that also in the Moonlight Sonata. So I hope that this will help you a little bit in coming to terms with tremolos and octaves.